Hey there, today I'm replacing the sway bar links and the sway bar bushing on my 2016 Chrysler Town and Country. Got my parts, my sway bar link and my sway bar bushing off of Amazon. First thing you'll do is remove the sway bar link, and for that all you'll need is an 18mm and a pair of vice grips, and that'll come right off. Gloves if you need those. For the bushing, you're going to need a variety of different options to be able to get to those nuts or those bolts because they're in a really tough position. For me, I'm extra large gloves and everything, so if you have smaller hands you might be able to get in there a little better. Anyway, your bushing obviously, and when you put it on, you'll want to grease that with I don't know, a silicone based. I have a high temp silicone based lubricant I put on there. These are all 5/8 inch, so a little stubby wrench, an offset wrench, short and deep sockets, all 5/8 inch again, and that's for the bushing. Other tools you might need, I'm using an impact to remove my tires, my lug nuts. This air wrench is just helping me back those bolts and nuts off faster. Pry bar to move that sway bar, to remove the sway bar link. And then this is going to be for those bolts that are seized on there a little bit. And if you're anything like me, I'm always dropping stuff, so these tools are going to help me pick up those bolts or nuts once I've dropped them. So that's what we're using here. First thing we're going to do is remove the sway bar link, and again this is going to be your 18mm. Put your 18mm socket on there, and then back behind here, so between your bushing, or I don't know, whatever you want to call that, and your mount is another nut, and you're going to lock onto there with your vice grips. I don't know if you can see it better down here. Same thing right here. I've already loosened them up, so we'll take the nuts off. And then down here. You won't need any of this again, so just toss those to the side. And then just that comes right out. And I'll be able to show you here again. This is where you're going to put those vice grips, right on here. And on the other side, right here. So just clamp your vice grips on there, and then you'll be able to remove that bolt if it won't come off. Toss that to the side because you don't need that either. Watch your dog. Hi, Brutus. Hi. He's no helper. So now we got that sway bar link out of the way. And if you hear that knocking sound when you're driving, that might be what your problem is. A lot of options in here, you know, tie rod ends or whatever. Could be a lot of different things. Could be your strut here. So just have to get the proper diagnosis, find out what's going on, what's worn. So back to that old sway bar link. You know this is the problem, or at least one of the problems, because I can easily move that. I mean, that's just one finger moving that around, and that should be stiff and firm. You can see on the new one, it'll move, but it's a lot stiffer. So you want to make sure that's nice and stiff. Okay. Next thing, we're on to the mount, the bushing here. So the bushing is going to be way back in here. I don't know what angle is going to get you the best shot of this. There it is. So if you look right here, you need to remove this bolt, and then there's one on the back side as well. So anyway, pull that one out, and then I have to go down and around and lay down to get to it. On this one also, this is on the passenger side. There is this heat shield up here, and I actually loosened up that heat shield and pulled it up out of the way so I could get my wrenches in there, and that was just with, well, a 10mm. So I just used a 10mm to remove that bolt, and that bolt was, man, let me go from this other side here. So come around from this way. Maybe. See my hand? Anyway, I don't know how to get camera in there to show you, but it's right in here. So there's a bolt there, 10 millimeter, and that's what you're gonna remove just to loosen that heat shield so you can get in there a little better to remove your bolt. So one bolt here, and then one around the back. There it is, right there. So remove both those. Again, this is gonna take a little while. Be patient with this. They're not easy to get to. I already had these loosened up and everything. Oh, there we go. And then, now that you've done that, grab your bushing with your mount, your bracket, and just try to pull it out of there. Hard to do with one hand, but you'll have to lift up on it, get it over this bolt, slide it towards you. Two hands is a lot easier. Okay. So we can get to it now. Separate the bracket off of the bushing. We are going to reuse that. And your bushing is split right there, so you can remove it. You have two hands again, works better. But there you go. So we're gonna take that off. This one's not bad, not too bad. A little worn. Hopefully this is gonna fix the problem. A little bit of wear in there, you can see, but not too bad. We'll find out. When you put your new one on, again, put that grease in there. Just a high temp silicone base grease. Separates, opens up, and we'll clamp back over the top of that. So put that back on. Bolt it back on just how we took it off. And then we can reconnect this. And I'll show you on the other side where I have that done. This side is a little bit easier. It's actually a lot easier. You don't have that shield to work around. A little bit more space in here. So you can see we've got the new bushing in there. We've got the bolts put back on, both sides here and here. Those are a lot simpler to put on over here. Then we're going to reconnect our bolts for our sway bar link here and here. Again, that's going to be your 18 millimeter. Tighten that back up. I want to say it's 65 foot-pound, but check your packaging, it'll tell you, or your manual for your vehicle. I believe 65 foot-pound for those. Get those snugged up, and you're all set and done, finished up. Put your wheel back on. For mine, that's 100 foot-pound. For the lug nuts, that general area, my Avalanche is 140. Check your manual on that. Put your wheels on, tighten it up. Take your jack stands out, lower your car down, remove your blocks, take off your e-brake, take it for a drive, make sure that fixed it for you. If you have any questions or comments, let me know. I'm not a professional, I'm just a DIY guy. I'll do my best to help you out. Good luck.